from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Kasterborous.
I hope the ears are a bit less conspicuous this time.
You might be a doctor, but I am.
I'm a doctor, but probably not the one you expect.
Absolutely fantastic.
All of time and space, everything that ever happened or ever will. Where do you want to start?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Big On Inside, the new Who Dot Two Watch Show podcast. It's Comic-Con! I love it! It's my favourite. Someone else is here as well. It's my least favourite time of the year. The week where loads of sweaty nerds used to congregate in a hall and watch some millionaires talk about stuff that we have to pay for. No, I'm only joking. Of course, I love Comic-Con. And something I don't love is Harrison Tinley. Hello, Harrison. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm grateful for that intro. How kind of you. Return of the Mac. Yes, I'm back. I am back to go over some Comic-Con news.
Yeah, cool. So let's start by, if anybody wants to hear us talk about the Doctor Who Series 13 trailer, you'll have to wait till Tuesday when the podcast lands, because that's when that'll be coming out with regular host Harry Murdoch. But before that, we're going to talk about all the stuff that Chris Chibnall, Jodie, Whittaker, Mandip, Gill, and John Bishop released in sort of the panel talk. Let's start with John Bishop, because there was a lot of reveals about him. Mainly that his character has a surname, and that surname is Lewis.
Whoa, you know what? That changes everything. That is a game changer for the plot, the story. He's the master. He's the master in disguise. Like, yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder why they keep stuff like that a secret. Like, are they just wanting us to speculate about stuff? Does Lewis later become something that was interesting? Do you know what I mean? What's the reason for not revealing a full name straight away?
I mean, here's the reason, and it's called Chris Chibnall. He likes to hide things in this era of Doctor Who, which I do kind of like a lot, as is quite evident, throughout all of this panel. But yeah, like, I didn't really, like, I can relate to you. I didn't really have the clue of the point of, like, hiding his name, but
yeah,
who knows if he turns out to be another person or something. But no, I mean, it really is kind of like the trend that we've got in this era of taking, all the everyone that's in the TARDIS is kind of, just anyone who's like the audience, anyone who's like us. So,
yeah. What do you think then to what they said about Dan being introduced mid-adventure? That kind of that opened up two questions for me. One was that is obviously Yasmin and the Doctor have been going on adventures since Graham and Ryan. Or does this mean that the character of Dan, less likely, is going to be a character who appears later in the series and not necessarily in the first episode? But from what we saw and from what Bishop said, I would be inclined to feel that he's in it from episode 1.
Yeah, I would completely agree. Like, I do believe he's going to be a part, if not of like all the episodes. It's going to be quite interesting though to find out how he's able to come into like the whole, how he ends up on the TARDIS team, etc. How he joins in. Does he actually have a choice? Because if you recall, in Jodie's first episode, she was able to teleport everyone out with her. So it's going to be interesting to see if he actually ends up in the chaos because he's like, right, I want to do this, or he just kind of ends up entangled in it. But what's also quite interesting as well, how he talked about how obviously Yaz and 13 have obviously had a lot of time, like, off.
Sort of without Graham and Ryan,
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to find out how their characters have changed, and obviously, I presume they're going to be a lot more like coordinators as a TARDIS team. They'll be a lot closer as a pair, I presume. So that'd be quite interesting to find out how that plays out. Yeah,
no, I'm excited for that. From this panel, it's got me really excited for Series 13. There's a lot of fun stuff that seems to be coming our way. One thing that really got me excited, and I've been saying this to you off for the last few months. And it is that Chris Chibnall does listen to the fans. You might not be the biggest fan of his era and what he's done, but he's very clearly listening to what everybody said. First series is all discontinued stories with new monsters. Second series was a mix of both. This next series is going to be a lot of reoccurring monsters and I was very happy to hear it's going to be one big storyline, which is something I've been saying Doctor Who has been needing to do for so long. You look at programs like Loki, which are fantastic, these big sci-fi series where there is one story that is brilliantly told over 6 episodes. So I'm very much looking forward to a sort of more of a traditional RTD era sort of thing, where it's not, there'll be a storyline going throughout rather than now we're on I was going to say Skegness. That's our planet. That's a seaside town near us.
Skegness. What were you thinking, man?
But do you know what I mean? Like these, like really nice, just proper series, like a proper television show.
Yeah, I am hyped. Yeah, honestly, I believe this is the highlight for me out of everything in this panel. Because that was the flaw I had with last season. Every time we weren't concentrating on the arc of, the timeless child, I was like, okay, cool, I'll watch, but I'm not like hooked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this opening episode is going to end with some huge cliffhanger, and then it's like, right, now I need to watch every single episode because there's a lot on the line here. And I honestly believe this is going to, it's going to kind of end up as a event in a way, kind of as you said, with all these like Marvel, shows that are on.
Yeah.
You kind of have the odds, perhaps, maybe like one like filler in there, but like overall, an arc, as you said, they're like a concentrated arc, and that's what I really hope with Doctor Who. To have for such a long time, and I'm really glad that he has heard the criticism. He's gone, right, let's get everyone hooked, let's make this 8 episodes. And I honestly hope if this goes down well, this might, who knows, this might actually completely alter the future of Doctor Who entirely.
Yeah. They also said it's the biggest story we've told, which is great because it just means each series is getting better and bigger. And to touch on the trailer slightly, there is some great effect shots in that, and it looks like they've really utilized the fact that they can't go out and visit other countries, so they've used a lot of green screen stuff, which seems to have worked really well. I always thought there was a risk of that being looking quite poor, but from what I've seen, it looks great. And also what they revealed in the trailer is there's a lot of practical sets being built again, which is great because I love that. I remember when The Force Awakens came out, one of the things I absolutely loved about that was it's all real. You feel like you can touch these creatures and stuff, and I think that's great about Doctor Who. Like, I like the pigment character from last series, but I mean, there's nothing better than like to actually think you could actually see this creature or go to this set.
God, yeah. Like, I completely as agree with you. Like, I really hope as well because like one of the complaints I've had in this era of Doctor Who under Chris is that a majority of it's like on Earth. So I kind of hope that as a result of COVID, in a way, they've gone right. Okay, we can't really head out anywhere on Earth, so let's just I really hope we get a lot more like variety in planets and areas and locations, but it's always like good to have the kind of to have the props in person, and it's not just a green screen constantly, because at times it's quite obvious with Doctor Who when it's green screen.
The cast also seems to be getting on really well. I really like, and I think something that I had mentioned about David when we've spoken to people who have been in series 2 to 4 of Doctor Who on this podcast, like Miranda, everybody's just praised David's like leading man role on the series, like knows everybody's name on set. And from what Jodie and Mandip, from what John and Mandip were saying about Jodie, it seems like that's a really good camaraderie. She seems to be like on set, she seems to be just as lovely and amazing as she seems to be on these panels as well, which seems to be working well for these guest stars. And it seems we're going to be getting a lot of guest stars. We will get to the guest star that was mentioned, but something that interesting that was mentioned was that we're getting guest stars who are going to be in it more than one episode, which I found interesting. Ignoring the big guest star, which we will talk about. It's like there's going to be a guest star in episode 1 who then may return in episode 4. Do you know what I mean? I kind of like that sort of in-universe building stuff that they're really trying to develop again.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I really do like the sound of it. It reminds me a lot, of in series 9 where they had Maisie, Williams in.
Yeah, Maisie Williams,
and how how they had her throughout, the entire run there, and it worked out really well. So I'm glad we're getting a return to that. And it'd be great because in the past particular, it's like, oh yeah, we've got like Kylie Minogue in an episode. Oh wow, but it's and that's it. And we've got like all these celebrities that have appeared and they've just gone and been like, right, okay, here's my episode. I'm done. I'm off now. So I'm going to be hyped that they actually are going to hold these characters and hopefully they're going to be like integral, to this plot that's going to unfold.
Exactly right. So let's talk about the big reveal, sort of the big reveal aside from the trailer, is actor Jacob Anderson will be joining Doctor Who for Series 13. A character and cast member has been kept so quiet, no set pictures at all, absolutely no leaks, which is so impressive considering the stuff that has been leaked. None of this has appeared online. He will be playing a character called Vinda, Vinda, I believe is the spelling. He has, from what we know about him, he has scenes on the TARDIS. He has his own ship. From what I could gather from the trailer, he looks like to be some sort of urban explorer, sort of like Indiana Jones-esque, sort of looking for treasures and things like that. What do you think to that? Are you excited about that?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't watched any of Game of Thrones, so as I heard him, I was like, oh, who? Sorry, but I'm aware that obviously he is like a well-known actor and all that stuff, so it'd be great to have him on, and obviously, he clearly has hit a chord with the cast. But in terms of his character, instantly when it came up on screen, I'd tell you who he reminded me of. If anyone's ever watched, Marvel's Black Panther, he instantly reminded me of, the villain, Killmonger, in his appearance. Yeah. But I kind of believe that you're kind of on the right lines. I believe he's going to be kind of, almost like a kind of like, maybe like a hunter or something, or even like a pirate. That's the vibe I got off him. Yeah. And clearly he's going to be like a returning character. And obviously I know they kind of hinted that as well throughout the panel, that he does get some interactions. So apparently, old monsters, which they kept on teasing throughout the whole panel, which is interesting. Hoping it's Sea Devils, but anyway.
I really would love the Sea Devils to say. I mean, we'll get into that another time. But I'm really excited. There was a lot of stuff in this panel that really got me excited and just like reassured me in the stuff that I was maybe conscious Doctor Who wouldn't be addressing. And it seems that everything that I was slightly worried about, they've gone, don't need to worry about that. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, like honestly as well. And I like this panel because like, as I've been on about and every time I'm, on this channel, I honestly believe the highlight of this era of Doctor Who is how kind of tight it is with news. Like every time there's an event on, like this afternoon, there's a Comic-Con event, everyone's like, oh my God, they're actually going to reveal something. Like, that's really great. Because it holds your attention, unlike, earlier where it's like, oh yeah, we'll get the, we'll have like the villains in the trailer or like the next time trailer. And it's like, oh, why did you do that? So, but honestly, I am hyped. I honestly believe the takeaway really is that all these episodes are integral. That's probably my huge takeaway with this. I'm hyped for this. I'm hesitant, but I am hyped. It is just awesome to hear kind of news again about Doctor Who.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. No release date or anything like that just yet. I could go on and on talking about Jacob Anderson's character and possible reveals and why. Why have they revealed him and why is he a returning character? Is he going to be revealed as some? And we could go on forever, but you can make that up in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are. But for now,
Barney in disguise.
But for now, as is tradition when Harrison appears on the channel, I will allow him to end the video by giving out the call to actions. Harrison, if people are listening to this and they've enjoyed it, what should they do?
I mean, if I were you guys, Alongzi, I'd give this video a like and a subscribe. Geronimo style. That's what I'd do if I was having to watch this channel, which I don't. But yeah, well, anyway, let's move on.
Right, anyway, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and if you listen to this on iTunes or wherever you're getting all your Big on the Inside news, leave us a review and just let us know you're listening. It's much appreciated. And the podcast will be back on Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. drop on all the platforms everywhere in the world. So go and check that out. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Make sure you subscribe to the official Bigger on the Inside podcast.